Hi folks, how you doing? RussellTrueResults303.com. Check out the website, link in the description box. Mind, body, spirit, fitness, putting the healing back in health, helping you get back on track, take control of your life, right? So here's a video for you on regaining your virginity. And it's a weird concept, but I was listening to some MP3s that I purchased online the other day from a Catholic source. But we're gonna, this is mind, body, spirit. So we're gonna kind of intertwine all of them together. And of course, in the ultimate end, it is gaining the virginity of your spirit, of your entire being, right? But first, we got to understand what is virginity. And of course, if we just go by today's definition, it's only geared towards the sexual act, right? The purity of the body. When a person has sex, they're no longer a virgin. But we've got to understand that it goes way beyond that. Whenever we hear these words or definitions or phrases, there's a deeper look, a deeper look into the tunnel, and see what it truly means. So we're gonna go mental, your mind, your body, and your spirit relationships, and how marriage can lead to regaining and recovering your virginity, which is a weird concept. But when I heard it, it made sense. I listened to this talk about 2 or 3 times when I was at the gym, or at least this section. It was only like a 10-minute little section that I replayed multiple times. But it's interesting. And I'm probably not going to do it justice when I say any of these things. But once again, it's a Catholic source. I need to get better at writing these names down. But it's a whole talk on CatholicShop.com. Check out their MP3s. I wish I had my other phone with me that I use as my iPod, but I don't. But anyways, let's get into it. So mental virginity, right? So we all understand that everyone will say the world brings me down. You're a downer. This person's a downer. So that's where it starts. Once again, it's going to start with removing the people that are influencing you in a negative way. If they're influencing you in a negative way, that's not our pureness. That's not your mental virgin state, right? A mental virgin state is love, positivity, and just a positive outlook on life. So when it comes down to it, once again, it's going to be your own thoughts. I've heard the term before, would you be friends with somebody that talked about you the way you talk about yourself? Because unfortunately, we do talk about ourselves in a negative way. If you're at work, you mess up, things are going rough, all this negative talk is going on. I know it happens with me, and we've got to be able to eliminate that negative talk. What are you reading? What books are you reading? Are you reading something that has value, or are you just reading a bunch of nonsense? This could be your magazines as well, right? And then what are you watching? What are you listening to, right? People, when I come across a lot of people and they want to stop drinking, smoking, whatever the case may be, but if all you do is listen to rap music, all it does is glorify those things. So you need to be able to, get out of that mindset. Like I met a dude, I listen to a lot of Christian rap now. I used to work with a guy, and he told me, my roommate says he's a big Christian, but he's still listening to all this other rap. He's like, I like this music you're listening to. This is cool. So it's just, remember, you got to mentally purify yourself. Get to that virginal state of where God wants you to be, a positive thinking person, not depressive, not depressing. Not depressed. Like, it's funny, here in the States, there's a statistic that say, even though we have the most out of everybody, I mean, I think it says we're like 5% of the world's population, but we use 80% of the natural resources. So we have all this luxury, but yet we're the people that are the most depressed. We're on the most medications and things like that. So something to think about. Mentally purify yourself, right? Health-wise, disease, break it down. Dis-ease. The body is in a state of dis-ease. The body is, something's wrong with it. So we need to purify that body with exercise, nutrition, water, sleep. What are you doing to bring your body back to that purified state, right? That virginal state. Of course, the body's going to break down, but we've got the ability to slow the process by the foods that you choose, the things you put into your body. Lotions. Look at these lotions, man. People make fun of me because I'm an ashy dude. Um, and, the women make fun of me. But look at some of the ingredients on those lotions. I'm not going to slather that stuff all over my body. I'd rather just be ashy. I don't really care. Drink more water. Use some olive oil. I'm thinking about starting to use olive oil and coconut oil on my body to see how that works for lotion. So once again, it's what are you putting into your body? Is your body healthy? What issues are you having? If you're only 30 and you're walking around with a lot of pain, that's not a purified state. That's not the virginal state of your body, right? It's not supposed to break down in your 30s and 40s. If we're having those issues, there's something wrong. So next, we're going to go into relationship, right? This is marriage. So what does the white dress symbolize when we get married, right? What does that symbolize? Have you ever looked that up? When a woman wears the white dress, it is a sign of purity. And of course, in today's world, when we get misled by the world and say, go ahead, sleep around, everything's okay, we are in a not purified state sexually, which is what they try to tell us nowadays. But marriage can bring that purifying, the beauty of purification to us, right? Because now, if we can break it down to now I'm gonna get a little Christian on you guys, so relax. But what's the number one, the number one commandment? Love God with all your heart, all your mind, everything, right? So, if you're a person that's not religious, we have to do that in a sense of if relationships, right? Two become one, two flesh become one. So you right there are almost taking that first commandment to heart, where you're saying no to, for me, every woman in the world, and saying, I'm going to choose you. You will be my wife. You will be the one. And now you are in that state of purification and understanding that none of this matters. What matters is the two becoming one. That's what really matters. The two becoming one. And giving yourself to this person for the rest of your life. So you are right then and there purifying yourself because you are connecting with that one person, right? Male, he made a male and female so they can complement each other, right? You're accepting that and saying, hey, yes, I'm going to accept the challenge that has been given to us by God, by nature, whatever you want to call it, and following that path. And that is a way of, once again, that's how God made us, right? That's why we say male and female. If you're in the Christian world, of course, that's why marriage can only be between a man and a woman, because we complement each other. I heard someone say, if you were to see a naked man, like they said, if aliens came here, saw a naked man, they would just be like, that doesn't even make any sense, right? That doesn't make any sense. But then if they saw a naked woman and saw them standing next to each other, they'd look up and down and analyze it too, and they'd be like, it does make sense. That's going to go there. They mesh. You got male, female. So they would understand the concept of what the male and female were made for. They were made to complement each other. So, and once again, when it comes into the marriage aspect, since we're on it, that's kind of where chastity comes into play, because we only see chastity, you think of the big iron belts and things like that. That's not what chastity is. Chastity is making that decision to say, you are the one, your wife. You're going to be the only one I sleep with, and everyone else is off limits. That's chastity. You're going to say no to here, only yes to this. And then chastity, once again, could be within the relationship, right? Of course, people will say when you get married, men will say, man, once you put this ring on, these women are coming at you like crazy. Yes, but chastity is saying no and yes over here. Or even during the relationship, if the lady's menstruating, you're like, no, we're not going to have sex. Yes, we will. Um, if she's sick, no, we won't. Yes, we will. That's chastity, the choice of choosing of what you want to do. And then purifying yourself in that relationship, because once again, we have to learn no and accept yes. We need to learn to give love. That's another thing with the marriage thing. It's a way to truly give yourself. You need to be completely open with this person, otherwise it's not going to work. Right? It's not going to work if you're not going to be truly open with them and give them your all. If you're holding something back, that's where things are going to get tricky and your relationship is going to suffer. So there we go. We've got regaining your virginity through marriage. now you're purifying yourself and coming to God's ultimate end between man and woman, the ultimate sacrifice of two becoming one, putting their needs before yours, right? Because as long as you're putting your needs before yours, their needs before yours, and they're doing the same, it's going to work out perfectly. It's going to work out perfectly. And like I said, there was a lot of other things that were explained in that video about the beauty. Oh, here we go. Spiritually as well, we've got to see the virginal state is of being pure, right? And if you are Christian, we see it as Adam and Eve fell in the garden. They ate from the fruit, the tree of knowledge, and then we were kicked out, right? So once again, regaining your virginity, this is where the spirituality aspect comes into play. It's where you are reuniting with God and becoming purified through reuniting with Him and understanding God's purpose for you. That's another way of the ultimate virginity, right? Connecting with your spirit, connecting with the Creator, and understanding the big plan. So that would be the true sense of virginity for the human being, for humankind, no matter male or female, is to reconnect with God and become one with God. Understanding His mission for you and your family and what you can do to help this world. One of the biggest issues with Christianity is a lot of people will say, well, why is there so much evil in the world? Right? That's why I don't believe in God. Well, the unfortunate thing is, what are you worried about more? Yourself or others? Right? Because I think the great thing about, I think I'm gonna make that another video. That's something to think about though. Thinking about yourself more than others. Why is there so much evil in the world? I want to make another video on that one. So stay tuned for that one because that one was interesting. I thought about that one the other day while I was working. And that one was a good topic. I think I need to actually brainstorm a little more and think about that one a little more before I can go into it. But once again, virginity, purification, purifying the mind. What are you reading, watching, listening to, thinking, health-wise? How's your body? Relationships, getting married, connecting with that person, chastity, virginity within God, connecting back with God, finding your ultimate purpose and the plan that He has for you, reconnecting and becoming one with the Creator. All right? So once again, I hope that helps. Subscribe to the channel, share and like these videos.